Hello everyone, greetings of the day. And in my today's lecture series, I would like to discuss about the role of integrated marketing communication and the promotional tools which are being used by the companies nowadays. As you are aware of that number of media, number of channels, number of area of concerns are utilized by the companies to promote their products and to establish an image of their brands in the mind of the customers or the prospects which they would like to attract and to gain the attention. In this series, I would like to discuss about the various integrated marketing communication tools. Uh, First is this advertising, and you know that advertising has played a great role in the case of communication of the products to the customers. So what is advertising? Any paid form of this non-personal presentation and promotion of ideas, goods or services by an identified sponsor. Obviously, in a layman term, if I'm talking about the definition of advertising, it is any paid form of non-personal presentation and promotion of ideas, goods, and services by an identified sponsor. Now, question comes in the mind of the companies, in the mind of the organizations, and the brand managers and the advertising agencies, how we can manage the advertising. So companies have to make the advertising program and consider about the 5 M's factor. Yes, this important 5 M's factor. So the first M is the mission. What are the advertising objectives? That's important. Mainly the three objectives are there. One is informative, second one is persuasive, and third one is reminder, right? So these are the three major objectives, but these three major objectives having a certain stages. At the very first stage, you are just informing the customers, right, that product is available in the market. At the second stage, you are persuading the customers. For example, if you want to give the information about the product, you are just sharing the advertisement in the form of that's coming soon, right? And when the companies are this curtain raising the product, then they are persuading the customers. So third case is reminding, when the product is already established in the market, and now in this case advertising is just only for reminding. Suppose two examples are famous, Pepsi and Coca-Cola, everybody knows. These companies are reminding the customers with the innovative message creations, right? That product is available in the market. That's in this case, they are reminding. They are not informing, they are not persuading. They're just reminding that product is available in the market. Second M is money, which we are calling the budget. Yes, budget is important because big companies are afford to have their own advertising budget, promotional budget, right? Now companies are spending crores of rupees in this case of promoting their products through advertisement. So how much can be spent? This is the question. Okay, but there are certain factors which are influencing the advertising budgets, which are as follows. First is the stages in the product life cycle. Yes, product life cycle stages are important. At the initial stage, your advertising budget is more because product is new and the customers are not aware of your product, and you have to create as much as this awareness in the mind of the customers. So spending on advertisement in the first stage of product life cycle is more. At the second stage, it's also more. At the third stage, when the product reaches to the maturity stage, then you are just slowing down the advertising budget. Again, it's a question that So next factor is this market share and consumer base. If the market share of the company is increases in the market, obviously they have to protect the image of the product and the brand in the market by increasing or decreasing the advertising budget. As you know, this product substitutability is available when we are talking about the competition and clutter. So advertisement frequency accordingly increases or decreases. If advertising frequency is increasing or decreasing, similarly the advertising budgets are also increasing and decreasing by the companies. So that also affects the advertising budget in the case of how we can spend our money. Moreover, you know that there are ample number of media and channels are available nowadays. Which channel we have to adopt for the promotion of the products? It's a very difficult task nowadays, and the companies are meticulously this observing all these things and doing the research. Suppose in the case of these Punjabi channels, when we are watching the advertisements, right, they are just this advertisements are in the language of the regional language, like if they are Punjabi, Tayari Jeet the like this, right? They are creating according to the language factors. So this also increases the advertising budget of the company. Third factor is a very important factor. That's the third M, we can say, that message. What message should be sent? That's important because the pitch is important, the positioning is important, placing the appropriate image about the product in the mind of customers is important, but how it can be. So message is important. So how uh, the creative strategies are there to set the appropriate message or to develop a appropriate message for the customers, for the market segment. It is important. So first factor is the message generation. Message generation is important because it requires lots of efforts, it requires lots of research, and we have to explore everything about the message, because within the span of 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 6 seconds and 1 minute advertisement, right, a dramatic view and scenic views has created, and ultimately the impressions has been given in the mind of the customers, right? It's important. So message is important, how we can create a message. Then message evaluation and selection. This is important on the basis of three areas. Message desirability is important, message exclusiveness is important, and message believability, it's important. These are the three areas by which the companies has to work on. Message execution, it's another step. If I am talking about the execution, how a message to be set, obviously the companies are using certain appeals, which we are talking about, the rational appeals, emotional appeal. Fun is created, right? Adventure is created, right? Seriousness is created, right? Oh, excitement is created, honesty is created, right? Charming is created, right? This beautiful is created. Okay, so these are the certain appeals, right? With the help of jingles they are using, like tan tan tan, right? These are the things why how the message has been executed, like washing powder Nirma, Nirma, washing powder Nirma, right? So these are the things that how the jingles, how the tones, how the tunes are used by the companies. Suppose in a punchline दस, पहले विश्वास करें फिर इस्तेमाल करें by घड़ी. That's important. Then the celebrity endorsement is important, how the celebrities are basically influencing the customers is also a part of this message execution. If Amitabh Bachchan is coming nowadays to create the awareness about the COVID-19 pandemic to the people, that's important, right? Social message is also important, right? The fun is also important, excitement is also important, which is inculcated by the companies to position the product image, branding in the mind of the customers. So message is important, right? And for creating only 2 3 lines, that how much the companies, the brand managers, advertising agencies, we are having the advertising agencies like Ogilvy and Method, right? These are the prominent agencies which are basically creating the very good advertisements for the for their clients, right? So this is important. Fourth is the media planning. What media should be used? It's important. I've already told you that in the regional language you have to telecast the advertisement, and you have to use the same language, like Punjabi I would say, the Telugu I would say, okay, the Haryanvi I would say. So these are the things which are sticking by this in the case of this media planning also. So media planning considered various areas, various we can say the scope of the media planning is the reach, frequency, and the impact of the media. It's important. Second is choosing among media types, whether the print media, electronic media. Nowadays we have a social media, right? Selecting specific media vehicles, right? Through which channel we have to telecast, we have to promote our product. Then deciding on media timing. Obviously it is important, like we have a very popular events by which the companies are uh, basically creating the timing schedules during the advertisement, during the breaks, such as IPL, World Cup, etc. That's important. Then deciding on geographical media allocation. Obviously, geographical area wise, you have to deciding the media allocation, that which media you have to follow, which media you have to use to create the promotional impact of your products in the mind of customers, and spreading as much as awareness in the case of reminding, in the case of persuading the customers. Then fifth M is the measurement. How should the results be evaluated? I think crores of rupees spent by the companies to promote their products in the mind of the customers. So there are two concerns. One is the communication effect research, and second is the sales effect research. So in the communication effect research, we are doing certain tests. First is the copy test, portfolio test, and the laboratory test. Before this telecasting the any advertisement or the promotional message, we are doing this copy test. We have to prepare a copy of a advertisement. We have to prepare a portfolio, and with the selected audience we are throwing this advertisement, and we are watching that how much impact an advertisement is creating among the customers, right, among the audience. This is the how we can judging the communication effect. Sales effect research is how much rate of return we are getting after spending a lot of rupees, in terms of crores. And in this case, whether our advertisement is effective or not in the case of sales, right, this is important, because you spend lots of money but you are not getting the results in the case of sales. That's also important. But somehow big companies are having their own research agencies, right, their own departments, those who are carrying all these activities. Some companies are having hiring the advertising agencies which are working in India, but small companies are not having the appropriate media, not having the appropriate budgets. So in this case, they are adopting the way of social media, and that's important. How we can do all these things and improving on these management of advertising with the help of these 5 M's. So in this lecture, I hope that you will understand about the relevance of advertising, message execution, message generation, rational appeals, emotional appeal. And in this next lecture, I would come up with the another promotional tool, integrated marketing, communication mix tool also, and I hope you like this. Keep watching me on YouTube. This is for the students which we are created through online by staying at home. Be safe, stay home. Namaskar.